Hi folks, how you all doing? Cross6 here. Hope you all having a wonderful day, evening, wherever you are in the world. Welcome to my channel. I haven't been on for a while. Just purely simply because I wasn't getting the views and stuff, and it takes a lot of time and effort to put into the videos and stuff. And when you don't get views and whatnot, it kind of disheartens you. So I've been doing other things. I've been playing Helldivers 2 and all that kind of stuff. Excuse me. So for today's gameplay, we are on Hinterland in the DBV 152. This was the tank that was brought out a good few weeks ago, where you had to open your wallet to get it, or use all of your resources. But invariably, 9 times out of 10, you still had to open your wallet. Anyway, I managed to get a hold of this tank. If you didn't manage to get a hold of it, it's a shame because it's such a good tank. It really is. It's hardly got anything for armor. But it's all about the cannon. The cannon is brilliant on this tank. It really is. It's accurate. The tank itself has got, as I said, not a lot of armor. So if you get into a one-to-one fight with somebody that's got a bit of armor, you're going to lose every time. Especially if they get up close and personal to you. You're going to lose every time. But it does have a fairly decent camo rating. So taking all that into consideration, you've got to decide as and when you're going to push in this tank. And it's like when you play the Waffenträger Panzer 4, which has got no armor, next to nothing. It's all about the cannon. Well, this tank is the same. It's all about the cannon. And I love this tank. I really do. And as I say, we're playing this game on Hinterland, which turned out to be a pretty decent game. Now, the first half of the match, I don't know, there wasn't a lot going on. But I thought I'd let you watch it in its entirety to see how the game developed. Because invariably, 9 times out of 10, you've got campers, or not necessarily campers, but you've got other tank destroyers that will be sat down at the K12 area. And likewise on this side, C12 area. And you generally have a couple of tanks in the middle there, up at F1, as there is now, usually doing the spotting and trying to get a few shots in. The thing that was different about this game was predominantly most of the time whenever I played this map itself, and I've played it numerous times, is the heavies generally tend to push on the F1, F2 area. And this time they're not. They're all pushing into the town. So there's very little, or what seems to be very little, over on the one line. But it still turned out to be a pretty good game. But you'll have to watch the whole video to see what I'm talking about, because even I was surprised. And I'm no unicorn, not by any stretch of the imagination, but this turned out to be a pretty decent game. So I thought I'd let you watch it in its entirety. I mean, if you want to skip forward through it, then go right ahead, do it. That's your prerogative. But you miss all the fun and all this lovely commentary, which is called filler. Where there's nothing going on in the game, I'm coming out with complete and utter mince, just to try and keep you focused in on my video. And that all said and done, if you'd like to hit that like and subscribe button, it would be a pleasure and honour to keep doing my videos for you. But I need you to like and subscribe. Anyway, leave some comments down below. Have you got this tank? What do you think of it? I love it. As I say, I absolutely love this tank. This is probably my favourite tank in the game at the moment. That and the XM57, which people say is overpowered. And I guess it probably is a little bit, but it's not hugely overpowered. And you get these unicums, don't you, that will say, oh, this is overpowered and it should be nerfed and this, that. Yeah, in the hands of a unicum, it probably is overpowered. But for us regular Joes who, we just play just to have a bit of fun. And if we have a good game, great. And if we don't, then we usually get a bit annoyed with ourselves or annoyed with the game, as I certainly have, and I'm sure you have too. But it's I like the XM57. That's another one of my favourite tanks. But anyway, this game, as I said, was very surprising to me. As I said, you'll have to keep watching to the end. And I was playing with my mate, Booty44, Dennis, who lives over in the fantastic country of Canada, or Canada. I don't know whether you've ever seen that, where that guy is trying to explain to the pupils of how the pronunciation of countries, and he comes to Canada and he says, Canada. And Japan. I don't know. I don't know where it comes from. As I said, it's called filler. But anyway. So I found with the games recently, and I don't know whether you found this, and it is quite annoying, I've got to be honest, is that you'll have 2 or 3 games in a session. Say, I don't know, let's say you play 15, 20 games or whatever, if you haven't got a life like me. And you'll find 2 or 3 games are brilliant. Then the rest are just utter garbage. 2-3 minute matches. The enemy team just completely overwhelm you and you get killed within a minute or so of the game starting. And, you know, some of the maps are just horrific. Like Himmelsdorf, Berlin. I say Himmelsdorf, it's Himmelsdorf, but I call it Himmelsdorf because it's such a dorky match. And just some of the maps are just not suited to, you know, the tank destroyers and stuff like that. And if you're a medium player or a heavy player, then you're laughing, I suppose. But for me, we've all got our own preferences, haven't we, as to whether we like a map or not. For me, Himmelsdorf I can't stand. Berlin I can't stand. They're just garbage maps. They're supposed to be bringing in the changes to the maps, which is Airfield and Ensk, making them bigger. So we'll have to wait and see what they're like. And I've said this before in videos, and I don't quite understand, because Wargaming have never really given an explanation for this. But why did they take out all of their maps overnight? Why did they just get rid of a load of maps that were brilliant? And I don't understand why they would just get rid of them overnight. And why can't they bring them back? You know, and give us a lot more variety, because it's the same maps over and over and over again, which is getting tedious to say the least. And it just gets boring, doesn't it, when you're playing the same map over and over and over again. Westfield, Prokhorovka, Malinovka, Muravanka, you know, and Airfield, just garbage maps. They really are just garbage maps. Not all of them. Some of them are okay maps. I like Prokhorovka. That's not too shabby. Because predominantly I like playing tank destroyers. I do play heavies and mediums and stuff, but not to the same extent I do with my tank destroyers, because I just enjoy playing them, that's all. And everybody has their own preference, don't they? Like some people like playing the dreaded SPG. You know? Likes to sit at the back of the map and get free shots on everybody. You know? But that's just a game. You see, I'm having a little bit of a dig there. Did you kind of get that feeling? I'm having a little bit of a dig. Anyway, I'm trying to get some shots in, but unfortunately there's just nothing really coming into play for me to kind of shoot and penetrate at the moment. But that's about to change. Trust me, that's about to change. I've seen some videos of this, of people playing this tank, and they've had like, you know, 10, 11,000 damage battles, and I'm thinking, I could never do that. I could never do that kind of damage. I'm just not good enough to be able to do that. But a lot of it is reading the map, isn't it? If you know all the spots on the map of where to go in a particular class of tank, then you're going to do well, aren't you? And perhaps that's where I'm going wrong. Perhaps I need to learn the best parts of maps to go to, you know, in order to... But you're not always going to have great games, are you? Because obviously the dynamics of the game changes. But it is one of them things, isn't it? It is what it is, and you just got to try and play the best you can and just try and have fun, because that's what this game is supposed to be about. It's just having fun. It's not about frustration. It's not about getting angry and annoyed and bored to the back teeth of the game, which it has started to become like that for me as of recent. But that's just purely because of the dynamics of the game. The game itself is brilliant. It really is. It's brilliant. But I think Wargaming are going down the route of just always wanting to just take money out of your pocket, and it doesn't make the player feel very good. And especially when the games are a couple of minutes long, it just gets boring. It really does. What do you think? What do you feel about that? Am I right, or am I just having a whine and a moan about the game? Oh, that was a good shot. 890. Set him on fire. Thank you very much. Okay, so we've got 2 kills so far. Just keep watching, because this is it's like they're just saying, "Come on, Cross. We'll get into the front of your cannon. Shoot me, shoot me." So I obliged. As you would. You would too. But the game itself is brilliant, isn't it? You know, sometimes you'll have these great games where it kind of puts a smile on your fizzer. And you think, oh yeah, that was a really good game. And then, but the majority of the games recently have just been dire. They really have. It got to the point where my friends and I have said, look, I can't play this tonight. We're going to have to go and play something else. And we've been playing Helldivers 2. And if you haven't tried Helldivers 2, give it a bash. Oh, it's a brilliant game. It really is such a good game. Where you fight automatons and bugs. You know the movie Starship Troopers? That's what it was from. So that's another one back to the garage. We're up to 5 kills. Can we do any better than that, do you think? Do you think we can do any better than that? You just got to keep plugging on, haven't you? Doing the best that you can. But have you noticed, I wasn't spotted there, which was a really good thing. And that's what I'm saying about the camo rating on this tank. It's really good. And see? Just a great tank. I love it. I love this tank with all my heart. Now I'm running. Rolf! Now I've been spotted, I don't want to hang around. But, as I say, the tank itself is brilliant. Very accurate cannon on this tank. Really is. It's by far my favourite tank in the game at the moment. Until Wargaming, as I say, decide that they're going to nerf it or something. Then. But we'll cross that bridge when we come to it. But yeah, I really like this tank, as I keep saying. And I know that gets boring, but you do, don't you? You know, we've all got favourites in the garage, haven't we? That we seem to have better games in than other tanks. And is that because of your gameplay style? I don't know, but I don't know. But I like it. Anyway, we're up to 6 kills. It's 10,000 to 6,000. So I don't know. Can we do it? Can we go on and win this game, or are we going to lose? Is artillery right at the back of the map going to get free shots at me? What do you think? Aim. Look. Yes, look at that. He who dares wins, Rodders. He who dares wins. As artillery starting to pound me. We've got that IS-4 that's creeping up. Now that's tank there. I've had that tank and I didn't bounce a damn thing in that tank. Every time I got wiped out, and I got so annoyed with that tank of just losing all the time that I sold it. I thought, I can't play this. It's making me feel too angry. So I got rid of it. But every time I come up against an IS-4, bounce after bounce after bounce. Can't pen the bloody thing. That and the E5, which I'm going to give another try to, is the E5, because I was playing against it the other day on Lakeville. And for love nor money, I could not pen that tank. And I was in this tank, the TBV 152, and I could not pen this guy. Physically could not pen him. There he is, the dreaded SPG gone. So we've got the Guerrilla 15 over there. Again, good tank. And if you haven't seen my previous video on the Guerrilla 15, just have a look down below and you'll see it should be there somewhere. Another artillery. We've got to get them out of the game, haven't we? That goes without saying. That's a necessity to get them out of the way. Right, so we're now up to 9 kills. Can we get another one? He who dares, Rodders wins. Give it a bit of a dab. Only a dab will do. There he is. Yes, we got him. Right, can we do any more? No! Because that bloody 60 TP behind there. And I knew he was there because I'd looked at the map at the time and I thought, oh, 60 TP, he'd be a great one to take out. But anyway, let's go to the post-game stats and let's see how we did. So we did not too bad then. Managed to get our Mastery Badge, Class 1, which is the first time we got that in this tank. We got the Radley Walters. Hey, you can't beat that. The Pascusis, and then obviously Top Gun. So overall, we did pretty well. 10 kills. Yeah, I'm pleased with that. That's one of them, you know, a game like that comes along once every now and again, not very often. But anyway, guys, I'll leave it there. Have a wonderful day and I'll catch you all in the next one. Take care. Bye bye.